Okay, this literally has nothing to do with the video I'm about to like record right now, but I just wanted to say this before I started like the actual main point of this video. Please give me recommendations in the comments. Please give me book recommendations because I've been struggling. I've been struggling so much to find a 5-star read. Like, you have no idea. I feel like it's been forever. I'm so desperate right now. Right now I'm filming this video doesn't end until I find a 5-star read type of video, but it's been going on since March 20th. So I'm desperate right now. Please give me your book recommendations in the comments that you'll likely think will be a 5-star for me. Preferably a slow burn subplot romance. Okay, let's get on to the actual video now. I got a library card, and basically this video is me telling you why you should get one too. Also, just to be clear, I'm speaking like mainly book-wise, solely book-wise. I know there's other resources I can use in the library, but very much a reader, and the only time I go to the library whatsoever is for a fictional book. I got a library card a few weeks ago, and honestly, kind of life-changing. I've always been on the side of people where I liked reading books and keeping them on my shelves like trophies, as you can see. I've also said every now and then that I didn't like reading on any devices because I liked holding a physical book in my hands. Having a library card has completely changed my way of thinking. At the end of the day, reading is reading, no matter how you do it, and if you're desperate enough, you'll literally do anything to read. Like, whatever it takes, okay? Even fighting a war, you'll do whatever it takes. So, I am a university student, and because I'm in my first year, haven't had too much time to work, getting used to university life and all. Moved to a new city, and I work online for my old job back home, but because I don't have as much time to work, I am basically broke, and books are expensive, which is basically a segue into why you yourself should also get a library card. And number one, the books are free. The books are free, guys, okay? It's so great. And also, whenever you walk into the library and like you're surrounded by the books, it's the best feeling in the world. Like, seriously, just being able to browse around a bunch of books and you can literally take out any of them, like any of them you want. It's honestly the best thing in the world, because obviously in a bookstore you can walk around, but if you're broke like me, if you're a broke college student like me, you can't just walk out with anyone you want because you need the money for it. Like, you need the money, and sometimes you need to save up your money. Sometimes you think you don't have enough money at the moment, so you can't like walk out with a book. But with a library, if you have a library card, you can literally walk out with any book you want if it's there. Obviously you have to return it though, and return it before the due date, otherwise you'll have to pay. That I really can't help you with. Reason number two, the library card may potentially be free as well. So I'm not sure if this like is the case for every single town and city in the world, but I believe if you are a resident of said city or town, then they'll give you a free library card if you have proof of you living there. Like, literally, if you just walk in there, show them some piece of ID that you live in that city or place, they give you the library card for free. So basically, pretty much everything is free. Everything is so free, and it's so great. And like, here, you don't even have to talk to a person to go get the library card. Again, I'm not sure if that's the case in every single place. We just walked up to a machine with our like piece of ID, right? We didn't even have to talk to a person. Like, take a picture of our proof that we lived in the city, right? And the library card just printed right out. Most life-changing moment of my life. I swear to God, I have not thought about like books the same way, because it's just like, again, if you get to read a book for no money whatsoever, best feeling in the world. Best feeling in the world. Number three, you'll be saving money. Again, broke college student right here. My first immediate thought when thinking about books, whenever I want to search for a new book that's not on my shelf, it's just like I look at the library. I used to immediately go to the bookstore to see if they had it, and then obviously I would have to spend my own money. But now, because I have a library card, I look to see if they have it in the library first. I don't have to pay a cent. Like, do you guys know how expensive books are these days? Like, I saw a book the other day that was over $50, hardcover. Wasn't even a special edition. It was just a regular hardcover fantasy book, and it was over $50. And I'm just like, oh my God, you really expect us to pay half of $100 to get one book? Like, I know authors work hard and everything, but seriously, that's crazy. And like, paperbacks can average around $20 these days. Like, I've seen so many paperbacks now that are over $20 in the YA section, and like, YA books didn't used to be that expensive, which I find so crazy. This economy is crazy, okay? If you can afford to buy a book in this economy, multiple books at a time when you go into a bookstore, lucky you. But if you can't, library card. Number four, you can borrow many books at a time, like many. My library allows us to borrow 40 items at a time. I'm not sure if that includes like 40 books. I can try maybe, but I'm not sure if it'll work. But I know I'm at least allowed to borrow 15 books at a time. Like, imagine walking out of a place with 15 books in your hand, and like, you have the choice of reading 15 new books that you just got. Like, please, how is this even allowed? Like, how is it even allowed? And I'm so glad it's allowed too, because it's just like having that many books in your hand at once and not having to pay a cent. Every broke college student's dream. Am I right? Or at least every broke college student who's a bookworm's dream. Number 5, you don't even have to go to the library to borrow a book. If you're a person who's as lazy as I am and you don't want to move, you can literally download one app just to borrow a book from the library. I'm not sure if there's any other apps, but personally I use Libby, and it's been so life-changing because I didn't used to be like an ebook person, and now I download so many from that app. I haven't even gone to the library once ever since getting the library card, other than getting the library card itself where I had to go to the library to get the card. Sadly, the online registry did not work for some reason, so I had to go to the library for that. But ever since doing that, I have literally not had to go to the library once to borrow a book. I've been borrowing every single one online on my phone, and literally finding one only takes 2 seconds. Although for some reason they have a limited amount of ebooks, which is very confusing to me, but also makes sense because it's just like if they had an unlimited amount of ebooks, then like I feel like authors would eventually go broke. But yeah, if you can find an ebook on that app that's available, it literally takes 2 seconds to borrow it and you can just immediately read on your phone. Which leads us into the next reason why you should get a library card. Number 6, you can read wherever you go with the library app, like literally everywhere you go. Okay, I'm a very forgettable / clumsy person, and so I sometimes forget my book and a bunch of other things, but mainly my book. So like I can just pull out my phone, borrow a book from the library, and read on the spot. I've been reading at my brother's hockey practice, at the grocery store while I'm walking across streets. Don't do that. That is not safe. I've been reading in classes. Don't do that either. You should really pay attention in class. Again, very life-changing. So life-changing. Also, you can download audiobooks. Like this is for ebook and audiobook appreciators. Like you can download audiobooks from the library app. And again, it's free. You don't have to pay a cent, which is so great. I know I keep saying that, but it's literally the best part, other than the reading, obviously. And it's just like, if you borrow a book from the library and you end up liking it, then you can go buy it later knowing that you liked it. The best feeling in the world, because you know you're buying a book that you already liked and you already read and you're already obsessed with. And then finally, we have the 7th reason why you should get a library card, and it's the limited amount of books may help you find books you've never heard of before. So one like very major con to getting a library card is that they may not have every single book you want to borrow like in stock or whatever, or like it may be on hold by like 16 other people, and so you might not have a chance to borrow that book until like a very long time. But because of that, you can browse through other books and you may eventually find one that you've never heard of before, but you may end up loving. Like you have no idea how many books I've looked at before in the past, but I've completely forgotten about them until I went on the library app and saw that, oh, they're free, I can borrow it. And so it's basically given me a chance to like rediscover older books that I've looked at in the past but have just like forgotten about because the newer and popular books have been like shoved in my face. If you discover a new book that literally no one's ever heard of, you can share that with other people, or you can be like me where you gatekeep it. I'm kidding, I won't gatekeep it from you guys. Having a library card, literally life-changing. I've only had it for a few weeks and I love it already so much. And like my library even gave me a tote bag for getting a library card, and I kind of love it, honestly. But yeah, that's all the reasons you guys should get a library card. It's been so great, especially like since I have a limited amount of money now, and so if you guys are like me, I highly recommend this because you'll be saving quite a bit of money. Every time I go to the bookstore now, I look at books, but I don't end up buying them because I know with my library card, I can just see if I'm able to borrow them from the library, and I can read them beforehand before buying them to see if I like them, or like read a few chapters before buying the book to see again if I'm interested in this book at all. And like I already have a list of books that I now want in a physical copy because I know I already like the book and I already read it and I'm already obsessed with it. I hope this was useful to you guys, and I hope this like encourages you to get a library card. I feel like libraries should be normalized. I know a lot of people like buying books like myself and like keeping them on their shelves like trophies. I still am one of those people. I will continue to buy books, but I think it's like in my brain now, check to see if the library has it first and see if I like it first before buying it, because it's just like you want it to be worth your money, right? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and hope to see you in the next one. Bye.